Hello and warm welcome to your decoding of the Economic Times newspaper. And I am Priyanka Bhatia from Women on Wealth. Today the article that we're going to talk about is on the ET markets page, and that's on inflation. Inflation is easing, but a target of 4% will be challenging. Target of 4%, and that will be challenging. Well, as investors, especially independent investors, intelligent investors, it is critical that our investments beat inflation. It is critical that the returns that we generate on our investments are over and above the inflation rate. So if we want to make sure that the returns on our investments are over and above the inflation rate, we got to make sure that what the inflation is. We got to make sure that the returns we are producing are beating inflation. And how would we know that if we don't know the inflation rate? So that's a little bit of a decoding today that we're going to indulge in, participate in, so that we can become better investors. If we want to reach our critical financial goals, dependency is not the way forward. Women have been dependent on men for a long time for their financial decisions. But is dependency the way forward? Depending on your husband, father, broker, advisor, is that what the route to reaching your critical financial goals is? At Women on Wealth, we don't think so. We believe in being independent, intelligent investors. And that's why we keep bringing a series of conversations, including these decoding lives, so that we can support you in moving forward towards becoming independent investors. Hi Abha. Okay, thank you Abha. Abha is complimenting me. She's saying, very beautiful kurta Priyanka. Thank you so much. Thank you Abha. I think it's more love, right? Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. It's how you look at me and how much love I receive from you. Thank you so much. I am in gratitude, I must say. So I'm beginning the article now. Yeah. So there are indications that inflation peaked in April and will fall within the upper tolerance band of 6% in the first quarter of financial year 23-24. So inflation easing out is a possibility in the next financial year. I'm reading this line again so that you can get the criticality of it, right? Because, this is so critical, and that's why I've picked this article for decoding. So there are indications. Inflation peaked in April. So inflation had peaked in April. We're in August right now, and it had peaked in April and will fall within the upper tolerance band. Whose upper tolerance band? This is RBI's. RBI had said 6% is their upper tolerance band for inflation, and that is 6%, right? So it's going to come within the upper tolerance band of 6% in the first quarter of financial year 23-24. What's that first quarter? It's April, May, June. So April, May, June of 23 to financial year 23-24, or April, May, June period of the calendar year 2023 is when the inflation will come in the upper tolerance band. And until then, what? If it's beyond that band, we all know it's at an 8% range. Then what is critical is that our investments continue to generate those kinds of returns. Because if our investments are not generating those kinds of returns, then we are only losing money to inflation. And no matter how much money we earn, how much we save, it's not going to help us reach our financial goals. Because if we are saving money, we're investing it, say, in RDs, fixed deposits, post office investments, provident fund, the rates of return are between 2 and 7.6% at max, while inflation is at 8. So it is absolutely critical that we reach our financial goals by beating inflation. The returns on our investments beat inflation. Reading further. But bringing it further down from that upper tolerance band could be a challenge. And this is being said by a team of Reserve Bank of India economists. So very, very high level officials, a team of officials is saying that, hey, inflation is at its peak. It's only going to come back to its upper band in the next financial year. And how we decode is, okay, so then till then, how do we invest? What do we do? How do we make sure we beat inflation? How do we make sure our investments continue to beat inflation? Right? That's the conversation. So, quote unquote, economists are saying in an article which is titled State of the Economy. This is State of the Economy article in RBI's latest monthly bulletin, which was published on Thursday. In this bulletin, economists are saying inflation will fall from 7% to 5% in Q1 next financial year. So from 7% it will fall to 5% in the Q1 of the next financial year, within the tolerance band, hovering closer to the target, but not yet positioned for landing. After Q1 23-24, the task before the MPC would be to guide inflation to its target of 4%. That's a target, okay, that the government took, that inflation will be at 4% and upper band at 6%. This may prove to be more arduous than the loss of height in the tolerance band. So start typing, guys. What are you getting? What are you understanding? How can you use this information? All this has to be in our purview. It can't just be as consumers we're looking at this information. It can't just be that, as consumers we're seeing that, okay, can we beat inflation? Maybe by buying less items, looking for alternatives. That's not it. We got to start looking at inflation from an investor mindset. That's the key. Inflation, महंगाई जिसको कहते हैं हिंदी में, it's a very, very important conversation. You got to go beyond. Hi Diksha, Kaveri, Khushbu, Abha, good morning everybody. So start typing, guys, all of you who are here. Start typing, what are you understanding? इस महंगाई के बारे में आपका क्या विचार है? स्पेशली एक निवेशक के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से अगर देखें, राइट, एक इन्वेस्टर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से अगर आप देखें तो क्या लगता है? क्या आप इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं? Are you investing? Are you really beating inflation? Are your investments beating inflation? Okay guys, some quick one-liners. Hey, happy Janmashtami, Khushbu, to you too. May Radha and Krishna together bless us with abundance and prosperity. Kaveri is saying, as women on wealth women, we are already prepared for an inflation rate of over 8%. So no sweat. Brilliant, Kaveri. Isn't that the biggest advantage of doing the courses and being in the community together here? That we don't have to sweat, we don't have to worry. We're together already on track with our financial planning, investment portfolios, selection of good quality investments so that we get there. Rakhi Singh, always keep inflation in mind through and through. Whatever the government says and predicts. Brilliant. And whatever the government says, can we make sure our returns on our investments are over 8%? Because inflation can also be underreported. Abha, yes, I remember the first lesson in Women on Wealth. It was to see everything through the prism of inflation. And I can say that many of us readjusted our portfolios from so-called safe investments to growth assets. Absolutely, Abha. I love that aspect where you said so-called safe investments. Because FDs are only so-called safe, right? Only so-called safe. They really do not save you from inflation. If you're generating 4%, say in fixed deposits as returns, while inflation is at 8%, is it really safe? We all need to ask ourselves. Hi Sharda, Tuba, good morning and warm welcome. Everybody who's joined in late, make sure you watch the recording. I'm closing the live for today. It's an absolute privilege contributing to you. Thank you so much for joining in and keep coming back for your financial success. We're committed that we will build 50 lakh financially educated women with us until the end of this decade. By 2030, 50 lakh women be financially educated. Let's create a new world where women are enabled financially so that they can empower their own selves to living a life they love. Thanks for listening. Take charge, stay safe. Bye-bye.